Norma would never leave Wartburg. Well, that issue arose again for me in the fall of 2008, in my 30th year of teaching at Wartburg. Wartburg was in a time of financial exigency and had to declare retrenchment. It's been a tragic time. 3 colleagues had to be let go, and 3 others of us, one left on his own, and 2 others of us have had change in position. I've been put away silently twice before. Once when I was retired as a deaconess, when I became a mother at the age of 24, too early for me to retire. And when I was told, "You'll not succeed here at the congregation in New Haven," and the pastor told people a different story. I vowed that would never happen to me again. But the reality was there. I had offered to work full-time for half pay next year, but the seminary could not even accept that. So I've been cut back to only about 1/3 of my salary, teaching just educational ministry and church administration. And yes, in the new position of senior distinguished faculty, I would join 3 others in this category, sharing accumulated wisdom through teaching, publication, and speaking, it says. Well, okay, this can be a new vocation that comes out of difficult times. There have been difficult times before. But retire? No, I'm not retiring. I'm not semi-retired. I'm not on a pathway toward retirement. My family and friends, former students and present, say, "We want you to continue to use your gifts to be a teaching theologian in the church." I have many years ahead, Lord willing. My health is improved. I feel well in mind and heart and body. And others are suffering much more in this very difficult economic time that we are in, not only in the church body, but also in the society and around the world. Well, where might all of this lead? Discovering where our baptismal calling might lead us by God's grace, our vocation of being Christian is central. Being called to be mother and grandmother and wife, to diaconal pastoral teaching ministry. My own family right now, oh yes, what a wonderful joy they are. Burton, we've been married now all these many decades, and he is serving in a pastoral capacity at New Hope in Farley and teaching at Northeast Iowa Community College. Our son Mark has been with American Express. He's lived in Phoenix, Arizona for many years, and now with Yvonne and 10-year-old Val and 5-year-old John, and they're expecting a new baby this summer. Joel, our second son, has a vocation of educational ministry through music together with his wife Rachel, as he is director of the Mason City High School choir and director of the music program in Mason City. And they live with their 2 children, Janaea and Jackson. And our youngest son, Kirk, is a professor in the field of drama at Austin College in Texas, and lives there together with his wife, Rebecca, and with their son, Gwydion. So what a wonderful family. But there are other callings as well, and throughout my life, these callings have been integrated. My filing cabinet has files of children and wife, and being wife and mother and being teaching professor, all of these things that somehow together in the filing cabinets of our minds as well as on our computers. This work that we're just completing of telling this story, and this Christopher DeForest has been this wonderful producer, editor, cameraman, and conversation partner on this project, and has really helped me tell my story, and I'm very grateful for that. This year he and I have also worked together on producing a year-long devotions based on the epistles, and we want to share that because it's a wonderful way to read the epistles through a whole year, piece by piece. Also continuing to work on images of soteriology. What does salvation really mean in the Pauline epistles as they relate to ministry and daily life? I'll be working and giving a paper on that later this summer. And I just returned from Germany presenting a plenary on integrative theological formation with Lutheran World Federation people from 120 people from 30 countries around the world. What a wonderful experience, and writing for a book for that continues. Likewise, yes, I now have my blog and a web page, and writing and speaking, and I look forward to continuing to visit congregations and learning from them through the eyes of many of our graduates. Next April, I have a trip planned to Colorado, maybe Wyoming, maybe Nebraska on the way there and back, and maybe also an opportunity to teach in Sweden, where they're using my book on education. So for now, we'll stay in Dubuque, and at the same time, our ministries are called beyond us as well. I remember the darkness, the brownouts as they were called, when we lived near the war plant in Des Moines. My mother was fearful that we would be afraid of the dark, so she put a nightlight deep in the doll crib, a glimmer of light. I'm not afraid of the dark. And then there was the darkness of the curfew at the onset of the riots in Detroit. In both places, there were glimmers, more than glimmers, of new life, of new community, by this creating, liberating, life-giving God.